Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? It is your boy MM2K back again with another episode of the Commission Podcast. And like we're starting to do, because we got so much to talk about, we ain't wasting no time. I ain't got no time to be DJ Premier scratching songs all over the place. We're going to get right into these damn topics. So with no further ado, let's get to it. The panel. First, I'm going to start with my homegirl. Tronny, how have you been? What have you been up to since the last episode of the commission?
Oh, like I said, what I've been doing, I've been pretty much everything. I've been drawing. I've been drawing a lot lately, and I've been getting better at it. I've been off. I haven't got to my creative streak in so long, and it's good to get it back. Um, I've been doing. You know what? Video game wise, I finally went back to playing. Uh, I finally went back to playing what's that game called? Oh yeah, Neo Kuni 2.
Oh,
And
no, you're gonna
it had
break my
that
heart because
DLC.
I ain't got my PlayStation 4 no more. You're breaking my heart.
Oh, I don't understand. Okay, here's the thing. I don't understand why get rid of it. Keep it. I don't understand why people got rid of their PS4s. I'd rather just keep my PS4. Just like I kept my PS1 too. Sadly 3 I had to sell it because there was a reason. It was an emergency reason why I had to sell it. My PS4 I'm gonna keep, and my PS5 I'm still gonna keep my 4. I just don't understand why. Just get rid of them.
It was look, that 3070 was calling me, so I had to go and go digging in the crates and sell everything I could next to my blood plasma. But that's all right. I'm but I did it to get the PlayStation 5. I did it to get the PlayStation 5. Yeah. Would you say, buddy?
You robbed Peter to pay
To
Paul.
pay Paul. And I got a PlayStation 5 for it, so you know what I mean? So but I do want to get into some new Cooney. But that's what's up. That's what's up. Anything else, or was that it for the week?
Uh,
I think that may have been it for the week. All right.
Might have been. Might have been.
Next up, we got the homie Project Storm. Storm, what is going on?
Hey man, I'm good. What's going on with you, man?
What you been up to since the last week, man? Still trying to embarrass me in gaming. How many games you done? We gonna get to that. But how many? Just give me a rough estimate. How many games you done played? 300, 400?
No, not that many. A fraction of that, man. I probably popped in like 15, 20 games during the week or whatever, just to get a taste of all of them, man. And but I got a lot of things to cover when it comes to certain games, man. Yeah, because it's just a hell of a time for me to be a gamer. Now, I don't know about everybody, you know what I'm saying, but I'm really feeling gaming right now, man. I just got all Medal of Honor, old ass Medal of Honor, man.
Okay.
The last one they dropped on PC that I started and never finished. At the time, I had a weak ass PC, but now, I just played the game, man, and the game is fun. So I've been playing a whole lot of stuff, man. Hitman on Stadia, you name it, man. Bro. I mean, but one thing I will say, Moss, though, I am upset with myself because I did a live stream recently, and it was Stadia, and there was nothing wrong with Stadia or Microsoft Edge browser. It was me, man. It was me. Um, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I had game mode on my I had it off. I mean, I had game mode off my TV. I played some PUBG, played some Grid, and then I played some Destiny 2. Now I did good on Destiny 2, but I stunk it up a little bit on PUBG, man. So I'm feeling some type of way about it. I got to redeem myself, man. So that's about it. I put my own flaws out there too. You know what I mean? I got to do better. Man. That's all.
I got you. Yeah, I know. We know you will. We know you will. And last but certainly not least, my homegirl, Snow Bunny. She the hottest streamer in town. Streaming some games. I done caught you, Bunny, streaming them damn games. What's going on, sweetheart? How you been since last week? Since last episode? I'll take that as a pretty good. Okay.
Take it as a yeah. Yeah, they good. Be good. Trying to good. Right. We all good.
We all
we're
good.
We're good. Oh wait. Wait, what? What happened?
No, are you filling in for Snow Bunny too? Because we try to.
No, I just don't know where.
I don't know
I
where
think I
she
got
at.
disconnected.
I
Yeah,
know
she might have a.
She
She
might
might
have.
be
Oh, damn.
disconnected.
Let me try
I
to
was
do some
disappointed.
magic right here. Hold on. Let me see that. I took her out. Uh oh. That ain't working.
Bring it back.
Let me put it
Bring
back in. Snow Bunny, can you hear us now, Snow Bunny?
Oh yeah, idiot me had my mic muted because my cat was meowing and I forgot.
That's all right. That's okay. That's all right.
I've been great since the last episode. This week, I started. So as you guys know, I do a Saturday stream. So usually between 8 and 9, I start, but I'm about to solidify it to starting at 8 o'clock. But I was streaming some Stardew Valley. Some people here coming by and check me out.
Absolutely.
But I usually I do like 2 hours of Stardew Valley, but I've decided, and I started it this last weekend. I did only an hour of Stardew Valley, and then I started streaming a game that I have been really dying to play, and that is Dark Picture Anthology Little Hope. So I'm going to be continuing that stream on Saturday night at 9:15.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna start it at 9:15. I'm probably gonna do Stardew Valley for about an hour. Take a little bit of a break, like to get snacks, drinks, things like that. Let the animals do what I gotta do with the animals, and then start up Little Hope at 9:15. It is spooky, y'all.
Hey, look.
It's
I done
good.
caught some of that stream. How you liking that PlayStation 4, Bunny? You happy you got that thing?
I'm happy I got it, but it's not for the reasons that most people think I'm happy for.
Oh, okay.
It,
No, why are you happy about it?
Because I'm playing games that I can't play on the Switch.
Gotcha.
Like, I double dipped on a few games on my PlayStation that I already have on Switch. Like Stardew Valley, I double dipped on. And Sinking City, but most of the games that I purchased for my PlayStation 4, I can't play on Switch.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, okay, I have something new to play. And vice versa, some games that's on my Switch, I can't play on the PlayStation 4. So it's not like I'm double dipping on both. Also, I'm finding that sadly, I love streaming from my Switch, but it's kind of encumbersome. Because you
really?
have to have, because you have to have a computer to stream from the Switch.
Oh, okay. I don't know why. My mind was still stuck on the PlayStation 4. I was like, really?
Yeah, no, the Switch. But on my PlayStation 4, it's a lot easier to stream from
Absolutely.
it. And Storm told me that I could also record gameplay on the Switch. I mean, on the PlayStation 4 and upload it straight from the PlayStation 4.
Absolutely.
So I just figured out how to do that. So I'm planning on playing a few more games and getting all that in order. But yes, I have been having fun.
You know what? As Storm would say, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, buddy.
Oh, he is very proud of me.
You're not the only one. You're not the only one, man. I mean, I just sit back and smile and everything. I'm like, damn, listen to her.
Storm thought I had just gotten a PlayStation Slim. And I was like, no, I got the Pro. And he was like, what?
Yeah.
I said, I got the Pro. And I said, the reason, I explained the reasoning is the closest thing to the next gen that there is.
Mm.
So I already know the games that I want that's coming out. A lot of them are already going to be on PS4 and PS5. Like, I am waiting for House of Ashes.
Oh.
And that game is going to be on the PS4. So I'm okay. I'm straight. Now, the moment I can't get the Dark Picture Anthology games on PlayStation 4, I'll be upgrading.
Mm-hmm.
But for right now, I can get them on the PlayStation 4.
That's what's up.
So everything is looking good.
That's what's up. I know. A Storm. It only took you 18 episodes to get her ass on a PlayStation 4 Pro, huh? Is that what you were
Nah,
saying?
nah. It was dark. She said it. She's always said it. If the games that she wanted to play are over there, she's jumping in, and she damn sure did that, man. I be trying to get her caught up. You know what I'm saying? I can't even get her caught up in her words and everything because she means what she says.
All
Yep,
right.
I did say you show me a game that I really want to play. I will get your console. And I saw Little Hope and I really wanted Little Hope. I looked at all the options that I could have gotten it because I could have gotten it on Xbox.
Yeah.
But then when I look back through the library of games, there was more games that only came out on PlayStation. That's not even like all first party. Some of them are third party games that came out on PlayStation and
Yeah,
only on PlayStation. So that's what happened.
there's a little game called Guilt on Stadia. Check that
Yeah,
out.
we keep telling her, a Storm, we go.
Maybe you
Now
might like
that's
that.
the grand finale.
Well,
That's the grand finale.
Remember Storm, what people were telling us in our chat on Sunday. Supermassive Games, the people who did Until Dark and who is doing Dark Picture
Until Dawn.
anthologies.
Yeah, Until Dawn, you meant.
No, yeah, Until Dawn and Dark Picture anthologies. Supermassive Games is supposedly working on a Stadia
Stadia
exclusive.
exclusive. Yes, they
Yo,
are.
I mean,
Hey,
we
we're gonna be
might
already
talking
see
got
me
about that
some.
over there
too.
depending on
Hey,
what type of game it is. You might see me over there.
we're
I
gonna be
might be
talking about that.
I might be calling y'all up. I might be Skyping y'all. I might be doing everything to my I need a Stadia Chromecast and a controller where to get it. And
You
then
know,
if you hear me saying that, you know what happened, don't you?
I got one sitting right here in the box. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if I'm gonna get that to you yet, because what I don't want is for you to get over there and then, it just
Like
be
I
a place,
said,
it just be a toy for the cat to sit
wait a
on and
minute.
everything and all that.
Like
That's what
I
I don't want
said,
you to do with it.
like I said, it's wait till I see if this game comes or not. You know me.
All
I
right.
always be like, gotta show me. If they come out with a game that I can play and it looks fucking lit as hell, oh, guarantee you, I'll be right over there on
You know what?
Stadia.
Now that you bring it up, Storm, I think for not just Bunny but Bunny and Tron, you know what I'm saying, to get them out of their muck, their hate for Stadia. I think what
What do you
Stadia
mean
needs to
hate for
do.
Stadia? What
Now,
are you
we're
talking
gonna bring that up on the show tonight
We're
because
gonna bring it up. I think
got my
Guilt should
thoughts
be
on it,
free.
too.
I think there should be a free weekend of Guilt. That would be
It
dope.
really should.
What
It
is
really
Guilt?
should. But Guilt, see,
See.
if you jumped on Stadia early enough, you would have had Guilt for free.
For
And you
free,
would have
yeah.
already claimed it. But it's a nice game. It's a game. The theme is about bullying and everything. Now, it might sound like it's kind of whack, right? But when you go look at the game, then you get the game and the controller in your hands, and you start playing the game, you realize like, yo, this is a dope ass little game right here, right?
I'm
Then by the time you halfway through, you're like, oh yeah, I got to see the ending of this bad boy. You just got to look it up, Bunny. It's really a type of game
I'll
that I
look it
think it's
up.
third person. I think it's simple. It's not that hard. It's not going to piss you off. It's a couple puzzles here and there, but it's a dope ass game.
It puts you in the mind of Little Nightmares. That's what it puts you in the mind.
Yeah. Yes,
Little
it does.
Nightmares.
Oh yeah, not just purchase Little Nightmares.
But it's better than Little Nightmares to me.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, I think Little Nightmares will scare the crap out of you, but I think overall the mechanics of the game as a game, and we're playing it right now on the screen. That Guilt is Tequila Works.
That's
Tequila
it.
Works.
There it is.
I
Great
mean,
company.
I'm up here playing Little Hope. Okay, you saw the stream of it. I don't think there's nothing much too spookier than that. Okay.
You
I
might
mean,
be right.
I had people commenting in my chat. Yo, I hope you playing this with some lights
But
on.
look at
'cause
this though.
hell is
You mean to tell
spooky.
me that right there is not down your alley? Like you can't play a
It
game
is.
like this? Look at this. Let's just look. That's gameplay you seeing right now.
Yeah,
That was a day
that's
one
something
exclusive.
that looks interesting.
That was a day one
It
exclusive.
does remind you of Little Hope. I mean, not Little Hope.
Little
Little
Nightmares.
Nightmares. But you
Yeah.
know what else it also reminds me of?
What's that?
Detention.
Oh, I
Did
think
y'all
my
ever play
son.
Detention?
I think he's on that right now on PC. Is it on PC?
It's on Switch also.
Yeah, I think it's on PC. Yeah, he plays it.
What, detention?
I think he does.
I don't think he does
Hey, all
because
right. Well, it might not be that. So it's something with a principal, some kid ass
no,
game. I'm
no, no,
guessing.
no,
I
no.
don't
It's
know.
not. No, detention is this spooky ass game that
Oh
takes place in
nah,
a Japanese high school
nah. He
where
ain't
you
playing that.
go around and collect different things to try to solve the puzzles. And like one scene, and this is how I know your son isn't playing it. One scene is once you find all these things, you go back to your friend that somehow got suspended upside down, and you have to slit his throat to get blood.
Ooh,
All
wee.
right,
All
we're
right.
gonna move on, folks.
Spoil it. All right. Don't spoil it now. Don't spoil it. Definitely don't spoil it.
No,
Let's
that's
go.
just one part of the game.
All right.
It's a very dark and intense game. It's really spooky. It's called Detention.
All right, all right.
That's what's up. See, Mars, you can't get us started talking about these
I
games. Then
I
want to move
see.
on,
I
man.
see.
Go
That
ahead, man. Go
y'all
ahead.
have never heard of, right?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
All righty. Well, with that, I got a new soundboard. It's cutting up. It's shutting off on its own. With that said, that kind of was like a half-ass way of me asking y'all what y'all played last week. I didn't do a good job of that. So if anybody wants to put in there what they played last week, if we missed it, go ahead before we move on to the first subject. Storm, you really didn't get a chance to say specifically what you were playing, but you always pique the interest of the listeners of the different games that you play. Was there anything
Yeah.
specific you want to go over?
Oh, I'm gonna say this real quick, man. Madden 21. I'm on an 8-game winning streak. I play again Medal of Honor. In case y'all missed that in the beginning, I'm on that Hitman 3 Stadia. I've been on that Destiny 2 Stadia. I've been on that Grid Stadia. I've been on that RTX 3080 on just about every damn thing you could think of. Horizon Zero Dawn, booting up different games all over the place, man. Wolfenstein on the Series X. I mean, yo, I'm about to get this PS5 so I could jump on some Days Gone and God of War and Spider-Man and all. I mean, man, I'm just
You gotta
hey,
get either Man of Medan or Little Hope so we can play it together.
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely right. But see, so the list of games, because I jump all over the place right now, I'm a nomad gamer. I just be playing. I play a lot of Forza Horizon, man. Horizon 4, Forza Motorsport 7, Halo 5 multiplayer, Destiny 2 multiplayer. I mean, come on, man.
If you had to pick one that you played since the last week, which one was like the most engaging for you?
Plague Tale Innocence, my dog. And I want anybody in the chat, man, if y'all think you're a gamer like me, man, let's link up, man. We need to get it in. I need somebody out here that's willing to put in about 50 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? Straight gaming. You know what I mean? If you game like me, hit me up, man. I'm ready to get it in. But hey, a Plague Tale Innocence, dope as hell. I want to stop the show right now and play it, man. I really do. Can we play it for 5 minutes? Yo, it's that type of game, Moss. I just want to jump in, and I said I was gonna run right through it, right? But it's so good, I just want to savor it, man. That's all.
Okay. Tronny, we really didn't tap into what you were playing either. Was there anything specific that you were playing since the last episode? I don't want to rob you of you sharing your experience as well.
Well, on that note, Battlefield. Oh, I thought I take this slot. Damn, I thought you was go. I thought you were taking a break.
Me, anything he's playing? Oh, I've been finding really cool mobile games lately.
Oh wow.
I'm serious. Some of these mobile games should be on consoles because they're actually pretty good, and they'll actually work. There's this one called Spring Witch, or Witch Spring, and it's an RPG story based game. It has about 5. They have 4 stories. Like it's parts. It's going by parts, and yeah, you have to pay like 9. You have to pay. It's not free to play, but it's worth it. And so far, I got the first game, but I didn't get the second, third yet, and I want to get the other 2 because I feel like I like those. That's why some with games like that, just like Little Hope and all that, they're worth buying because it feels like you are paying you paying for creativity. You are paying for that. It doesn't feel like a DLC at all. It feels like you finish that storyline, you got all this stuff, you want to go and buy the next game.
Yo, they got different ones. So which one are you playing first? The first one?
I played the first one, and I just bought the 4th one because my silly self I didn't check the actual like in order, the numbers in order. So they have the second, third, and fourth. And this is all mobile games. So
Oh, that
some
shit
mobile
look kind
games
of
are
dope though.
it's
Yeah.
called Spring Witch or Witch Spring. I
No, it's
forgot how you
with
say it.
spring. It's with spring.
Witch Spring,
Yeah.
yes. And it's really good. And it does talk about like how your character, you play as this little, I'm gonna say they call her the Black Witch, aka the Black Bunny. And
Uh-huh.
she practically pretty powerful. Depends on how you level her up or anything. And you go by how your choices that you might have good representation, bad representation, how she is, and everything. And it goes further in, you just start noticing like the city will act differently depending on the choices you make. And also, I haven't got further into the game, but I started to love it, and now I really want to get into the series. I'm just
I'm
really in.
I'm gonna say this, Moss and
Mhm.
and panel. I'm gonna say this to y'all real quick and chat. Looking at this mobile game made me realize that we don't have enough mobile conversations out here, y'all.
Well, yeah, that's what.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
yeah.
You know, this
I
right
mean,
here is dope as hell. What I'm seeing right now, I'm
mhm.
looking at the one with the little. This chick is not a little black, not the girl you described, but it's like this looks dope as
It's
hell.
different stories, actually. I
Yeah,
heard it was different stories, but they all still in the same realm of the character.
yeah. It's like the big boss in the background. It got like the RPG, the JRPG type of vibe going and shit with the magic and everything, the
Yeah.
weapons and all that, man. It looks dope, Tron. But anyway, I just
But I
had to
mean,
throw that
and
in
that's
there.
the thing. That's another thing. Mobile games are catching up to console games in scope and in play.
Yeah,
I mean, like if you look at the Switch, they're getting a lot of mobile games on the Switch. Like
Yep.
Genshin Impact is a mobile game.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
see how
yeah.
it blew up.
yep.
Mobile gaming is getting more and more accessible to gamers, and it's becoming a lot better than what it started out as.
Absolutely, and that's why you're seeing Call of Duty and PUBG mobile and all this mobile, and you'll see World of Warcraft mobile in a minute. You know what I mean?
Shout out to the
Hmm.
homie Top Dog. He says MM2K don't play mobile game. Hey yo, I normally don't, but when like the aforementioned Genshin Impact, that's kind of like changing the landscape for a brother. You know what I'm saying? So
Top
you
dog
never
in the house.
know. You never know. Yep, yep, yep. All right.
Yeah,
Well, no, that's excellent. Yeah, definitely. And I know Tronny is kind of our resident expert on the of the mobile game, so that's why I always want to tap her for her experience as well. You know what I'm saying? So we get the whole full gambit of what is out there for the not just for us to be like, oh, that looks dope, but for those that are listening, for them to say, oh, okay, that's an experience that I might want to get into. Yeah, I just played it on the screen, which is the Witch Spring 3. I see that there was a tie to Nintendo, so I took it off real quick because you know what I'm saying. I don't want Nintendo taking my EBT card from me. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, yeah.
I had to take that off real quick. But no, these are great games, and what we try to do here on this platform, y'all, is we highlight every. We are not joking when we say we highlight everything here. We are gamers of the full gambit. I like that. I'm gonna get that on a T-shirt. Gamers of the full gambit. So definitely listen to all these game
Let me see the
recommendations from
acronym.
Tronny
Gamer
to Storm.
G
Yep, gamers of the full game. I like
F
that.
GOFG. Gamers of,
Excuse me.
or do we put the T in? I don't know. Anyway, you got me thinking. Go ahead.
Yeah, we gonna play around with that one. Get some shirts off of that one. But yeah, definitely. So these are some great titles that Bunny, Storm, and Tron have been talking about. Me, on the other hand, I played nothing.
Don't do it. Don't do it, man. Don't ruin the mood, man. Everybody just did a great take. Now, Bunny, I don't know. Now, she said she's been playing Dark Pictures and all that. And Stardew Valley. Yeah, and all that, right?
What you been playing, boss?
Moss, don't ruin the damn conversation, man.
Boss, what you been playing? Oh, I'm just a host. Nah, you played. Hey, no. What did I did play some stuff. I played Scott Pilgrim. I played Scott Pilgrim versus the world and got my ass kicked. I can't even get past the first part. I'm gonna feel like Dean Takahashi out this piece. I did that for Stadia Dosage platform, Stadia Dosage News. We do a segment for our members that's called My First Look. And when I did my first look this week, that was the game I played. Hell of a game, excellent game. I even love the movie too. But man, you put that mug on hard, y'all. Woo, my God. You talk about Double Dragon, old school Double Dragon, Battletoads.
Man, that's tough.
Jesus,
That's
a hard puppy. But
what else you been playing, Moss?
I really didn't get a chance, man. The crazy things going on. I kind of talked about it. We had a passing in the family, so that
Yes,
kind of threw everything
definitely
out of
sorry to hear
whack. Threw the schedule all out of whack. We're hopefully we can do an SSC tomorrow. That's the Stadia Stream Connect podcast. Don't know. We got to get schedules aligned. I'm gonna be off air on Saturday, but Project Storm, he got a live one for y'all. You want to talk about that a little bit, Storm, or is it too early? Is it too early?
All I'm saying is, hey, my vision is about to come true. See, Moss be having me on restricted and everything, man. I got to go to him, I got to sing a song and shit and put in the right code at, at the door and everything. Y'all know that's cap. But straight up, I'm gonna have something planned, man. I always want to do more with the community, more with the chat, more with whoever that's willing to share their voice and everything. So I just want to open up. I'm just leave it like this. I don't like to give too much, man. I want to open up the platform. Mars keep talking about, how Stadia Doses News is an open platform, or he envisions it being so, right? So I'm just thinking, man, hey, man, SML, man. I know it's Storm and Most live. That's what it means, right? But we are nobody without y'all, the community, the people, the viewers, and everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to try and do something special. I'll leave it at that, man. I don't want to give everybody what I'm doing.
It's gonna be a doozy.
People have been robbing us, man. They sit in the back of the bus and then they listen to your conversation. And then,
hey, don't do it, Storm. Stop. Stop.
I ain't gonna do it. I won't do it. No, I'm gonna be good, man. Hey, after last, I'm gonna tell you straight up. After last SSC. I'm gonna be good. I got my quota, man. I got my everything I needed to say out on that episode. Y'all check that out if you haven't gotten the chance. If you want to hear how I sound when I keep it real and get heated and fiery and let all the language fly, you might want to tune in. That's our most family friendly show, man. I feel bad that it had to go down like that, but man, once I get in my bag, I gotta let it go, man.
In your defense, Storm,
let it go, bro.
In your defense, Storm, what triggered it was, and I don't want to bring up old stuff, but
man, go ahead.
But we got to keep it real. What triggered it was some semi-embarrassing stuff. Did you think really I you know what I'm saying? So to your defense, I think everybody can understand why things may have got on point, like with the speech, like bam, bam, bam,
and
he had to boom bop, situation.
It was not a personal attack.
It wasn't an attack. No, definitely.
The people that I was referring to, man, shit, we rock with them. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So, I mean, it's just everybody gives their take, man. But sometimes it's like, oh man, do we really want to drop stuff like this on social media or whatever, and then act like we never said it or try and delete tweets and stuff later on when you think about it? We just got to be more mindful. That was the whole theme of it.
Absolutely. Hey, if y'all could do us a huge favor, we know we got some great content out there across the board, but we got something unique as far as our thought process goes here, and what we try to do is ain't no wood buffing here, ain't no we don't sit there and be trying to American Pie our favorite piece of plastic here, nor do we do console war stuff here. We're just gaming minds that think alike. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But we give our honest take and fair analysis on the gaming news today. We're glad that you're here with us enjoying it. But if you enjoy it, others will likely enjoy it as well. So hit that share button. Let everybody know that we're live, so they can get some of this straight up gaming talk. None of this, I love you, Xbox or PlayStation. None of that. And none of that, I hate you because your D-pad is up and my D-pad is down. You know what I'm saying? None of that stuff. This is straight gaming talk. If you appreciate it, others will appreciate it too. So let others know that we're live.
And I was talking to the homegirl Snow Bunny right here on my right. You know what I'm saying? On my right hand side, you see those little. Hey, Moss, do you got the silhouette of the commission? I don't know if that could be shown.
I don't have. Yeah, let me see. I'd have to find it.
Yeah, it's us four. But check this out. Bunny, I was talking to Bunny, man, about saying more things like, y'all hit that like button during the show and all that, so that more people can get an opportunity to check this out. You know what I'm saying? On top of sharing that and everything, and hit that subscribe button if you can, because my homie right here is always pushing our channels and pushing the whole family and pushing everybody else But you know, I gotta show some love too. So y'all, if you haven't hit that subscribe button already, hit that subscribe button on the MM2K channel so we can get them super chats activated over here and bring y'all even more dope content and giveaways.
Absolutely. Yeah, look. We got you know, if the numbers show that, hey man, we love this stuff. We got more coming. We definitely got ideas, man. We just gotta hear the response from y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Definitely. We got stuff in the Rolodex. But before I go any further, let me say this. Let me go over all of the great PNTS Network content, which you can catch on pntsnetwork.com. Go to pntsnetwork.com for more great PNTS Network information. Matter of fact, and content, pntsnetwork.com. Visit us for more great content like this. Shame on me for
Hey
not.
guys, while you're doing the sales pitch of everything right now, I
Yep.
need to run and let my dog in. I'll be
Go
back.
ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All
Do
right.
your thing, 'cause that'll give us time to go ahead and
Now,
you know,
while she's doing that, let me introduce the shows, the game of the shows that we got going on. Of course, today it is the Commission Podcast. It is co-hosted by myself, Project Storm, Tron, and the nice the nice young lady going out to the walker dog, Snow Bunny. You can catch us every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or as our schedule permits. This is a weekly show, but you know, people got responsibilities, baby. So we do it, you know, we aim for 8 o'clock on Thursdays, and if we got to change it, we'll let y'all know in advance. Then, I'm sorry, would you say, Tronny? I'm sorry, sweetheart.
I said, okay.
Yes, we roll together as a unit. We roll like Voltron, so we do what we can.
Yeah, I know. It's like the time changes and stuff. I'm just like, okay, let me make sure my job approves of it. It's like, okay, I just got that day off. It's like that is so annoying sometimes because you don't know your schedule is going to be for your job because it's like, okay, so and I'm going to have this as a regular schedule or it's going to be like really random moments when I work on this day and that day.
But you know what, Storm? Storm. Jesus Christ, I done had to.
Hey,
I opened the
don't
old
worry about
Milwaukee.
that.
Hey, Storm, I got the old Milwaukee out. But you know what, Tronny? It's okay because you've been blessed and fortunate enough to have a, you know what I'm saying, to have a job where a lot of people, even some people that are listening, they you know, they don't even have one. So it's okay, and we going do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like they gonna get this, they gonna get this fantastic content from us one way or another.
And talking about that, and you know what? I want to know because I noticed when I was looking at like a lot of Japanese, like you know, like advertisements, right? And like with gaming. And I know how gaming has to have their own cafes. They have all this stuff that revolves around whatever, you know, that's catch interest. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, how come we don't have a lot of stuff like this? You know, I remember like Mario, yes, we had like Mario cereal, not cereal, Mario sodas. We had the little tiny soda cans with different flavors and stuff like that. And I knew back in the 90s, we were actually kind of there. But now I start to notice how gaming is just not as like it used to be. Like it was very commercial friendly, but it got people involved more in gaming in the 90s than it is now. I mean, now it's more influencers, but
to me those were the golden ages of gaming. And you bring up a great point. You want to know why, Tron? Because I'm one of the arcade kids. I'm one of the original kids that Sunday through Friday I was collecting quarters, taking them out of my mom's couch, going, you know what I'm saying, doing what I had to do, lemonade stand and all that. So Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., I could take my ass down to the arcade and be playing Street Fighter, whatever the case may be, Rampage, whatever was Altered Beast, whatever was hot at the time. You know what I'm saying? So what's happened is gaming has no longer, there's a culture behind it, but you know who runs the culture now? It's the conglomerates. It's all, the culture is based upon who got what headline. When we were growing up, the culture was based upon what type of unique provisions can you provide us, like arcade hubs, like you said, the different soda, the culture. It was really like about the swag and all the other stuff. Ain't about that no more. It's Polygon, VG charts. It's all about the superficial stuff, and it really takes out the nuance in gaming, which makes gaming great, meaning you don't have the people that we cherish aren't the people that are making gaming different and making it unique. It's the people that are making us divided in gaming. And that's the problem.
And that's when I noticed as well, because I don't remember any of this. I mean, yes, there was, when it comes to like the gender barriers, there were occasionally, we even in the 70s, I remember watching videos and stuff like that, and there were women and guys playing, at the arcades and stuff. Nobody didn't judge anybody, but it feels like it got territorial.
Exactly. Yep.
It got more territorial when a lot of the statistics start coming out saying, "Oh, males are dominating the gaming community and all this stuff." And then I noticed I start noticing how people start reacting towards women in gaming, especially like in 2000s, in the early 2000s, when you did all want to go in there when you get a certain game, and to the what's it to like GameStop or Software Etc. or whatever they used to call back then,
Babbage's,
Babbage's,
Software
Electronic
Theory,
Boutique,
all
all
or
that.
that.
EB Games. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
EB Games or Software Etc. or over here, well, in Cali, and you would go in there ask for a game, they'd be looking at you like, oh, first they would think like, oh, you're getting this type of game. Oh, it must be for your boyfriend or friend
Yeah.
or something,
Yeah.
but male dominant wise. And then they look at you say, no, it's for me. And then look at you crazy. And then they're like, okay, we're gonna give it to you. But they act like you don't know it, so they go in details of how this
Yep.
game
Yep.
is.
Mhm.
And
Yep.
then after that, I'm just like, I know what this game is about. I read the magazines back then, magazines, but it's starting to really start hitting me hard. And I told somebody about this story where when I was getting Red Dead Redemption, the first game, and I pre-ordered that, and the guy was explaining to me like, "Oh, it's like Grand Theft Auto. You're
Hey,
not
Moss,
sure if you're gonna like
Moss.
this, blah blah blah."
Hey, trying to if it sound like she eligible for Social Security like me and you. You know what I'm saying? She knows.
Oh my
Troni's an old timer too.
I
She got a
mean,
walker.
but
Troni, you got a walker too, like us.
She knows she don't know about no magazines and everything.
I
Come on,
mean,
man.
but see, that's the crazy thing, Tronny. Like, I have that experience all the time.
But
It's not as bad as it used to be, but see, for me, I had it in all my aspects of gaming. I had it when I played Magic the Gathering. I had it in video games. I had it in the only thing I did not see it as much in is like D&D and role playing, like tabletop role playing. They accepted you very, very easily because a lot of them were like husband and wife couples who played.
They were
together.
Yep, they were.
Can I ask you? That's a great point. Can I, real quick, buddy? I want to ask you and Troni a question.
Yeah.
Do you think that stereotypical "this is a man's thing" was it worse back then, or is it worse now?
It was worse back then because, like, when I say I had issues when I was playing Magic the Gathering, I remember I would go to tournaments and I had a roommate who was a guy. I remember going to tournaments and everybody was like, "Oh, your boyfriend taught you how to play. Oh man, it must be great for your girlfriend to know how to play. You can always have somebody to play against." And my roommate looked at them and was like, "First off, she's not my girlfirlfriend, and second off, she taught me how to play Magic again." And they were just looking like, "Huh?" And then when I bought out, like let me tell you something. I had this deck that when I bought the deck out and everybody was up there like, "Oh, she made her own deck." Then when it decimated them in 3 turns, they're like, "Oh shit, how do we counter that deck?" It got to the point where people started, and at that point is when they started taking me seriously. But the reason you're seeing it and hearing about it so much now is because people are feeling threatened by it. They can't coexist.
Yeah, they think that the women's is coming to take away their right to be a army soldier. That's what they think.
Not even that though, man. But when you look at what happened with The Last of Us 2 and other stuff, man. I mean, you gotta pay attention to all this stuff. Then, hey, Moss, remember back in the day, man, when when you know, the paper boy would ride the bike in our neighborhood and throw the papers and everything way back then when we had to type on the typewriter and all that, Moss.
Yeah.
Remember those days? And then so around that time when gaming was popping off, there was a game called Metroid. And remember when we found out that Samus was a female character, bro? The whole time we like, yo, this dude is a badass motherfucker. This dude, yo, he the truth. Yo.
I remember, like, the only time I remember, because I didn't really play Metroid on the Game Boy or any of that. I just remember seeing, like, friends play it. And when they told me that Samus was a girl, I was a little surprised myself because how the advertisement always kind of made it more like a masculine type of character.
Right.
Well, we call it. But when you said it was a girl, and then you get excited because you're like, holy crap, this is the first time I see a girl that does not evolve around cutesy, but she's around being serious. And then something, and that's also a big thing also with GameStop, even this was a big thing about it back then, where they would put down girl gamer, but they never said gay girl gamer like a child. They didn't say kid gamer or nothing, but they'll have like an area where it's nothing but Barbie games and all this other stuff like on the side, and women complained about it because they said you're not taking us as if we don't know games and you're turning us as we're children. You know, they don't do that to young boys or grown men. They only do that to women. And I mean, don't get me wrong, we do like
no.
games, but damn.
No, what I'm laughing at is I remember my ex-boyfriend, my very first boyfriend I had when I was in high school. I remember we were walking around the mall on a date.
Yeah.
And I saw a Mortal Kombat arcade. That shows you how old this was. It was an arcade machine for Mortal Kombat.
Yep. It was fire too.
I was like, oh, there's Mortal Kombat. Let's play it. He was like, man, you don't know how to play no Mortal Kombat. He was like, okay, don't cry if I beat you. We played 3 rounds and it was 3-0, me winning. And he was like, okay, let's stop playing. And he never wanted to play video games again with me.
Hey,
I mean, and that's the thing is now it's the reason you're hearing about all this stuff now is because they feel threatened that you know that somebody's going to show them up and it's not somebody of the same sex.
Here, see, this is where I think it's generational. I think the problem was like, see, me, Storm, Bunny, I know we're all around the same age. Tron, I'm not sure how old you are, but I know a woman never tells her age, especially in front of a whole bunch of people live on air. But I know we're all around the same age, and Tron, you might be close as well. That being said, when I was growing up, it was cool to have the girl, like we didn't down the girl playing. Like I remember Babbage's, and I remember when I would be in Babbage's talking to the clerk, and if a girl came in to buy a game, it was like, oh my god, a girl's in here. And so then we didn't downplay the girl. It was like a magical occurrence where we were like, oh well, you know, we were turning our attention to the girl and trying to tap her for her knowledge and everything like that. And I think what happened with the console age, maybe particularly with the beginning of the PlayStation era, or you know what I'm saying, maybe the Nintendo era, maybe the Super Nintendo era.
Yep.
You started to see a shift in attitudes to where, oh, girls don't play games. You know what I'm saying? Or, ooh, yucky girls, stay away from my game. But when you're a gamer like myself that started in like the early 80s, I want to say like the late 80s, early 90s, it was different. Like when you found out you had a girl that was interested in gaming, we already assumed as soon as you walked into Babbage's or EB Games or something like that, Electronic Boutique, rather. That's what I'm thinking of. When you walked into an electronic boutique, we rolled out the red carpet for you. You know what I'm saying? Because we knew the potential outreach gaming had, and we just wanted the general public to have it. And having female player base helped spread that mantra. You know what I mean?
Yo, listen.
I was gonna say, I think is what happened was, like we said, the media got a hold of it back in the 2000s, around the late 90s, early 2000s. They got a hold of it with the Grand Theft Auto complaints. And so when they started noticing there were like older women start complaining about them, saying, "Oh, these are not for children," so they start a lot of the whole censorship people complain about. Start noticing, oh, these are women are the ones who are complaining. The activists are the ones who are doing it. That's when that's when the attitudes start really shifting, and that's when they start getting really territorial, including the statistics start coming out seeing how it's a male dominant, there's no women in it. And so where some of these guys, these nerds now are still and then to this day feel like this is our hobby. You're not allowed. You're going to ruin it with your political agenda. That's what they're feeling right now. And it's starting to show.
But it's
And
also oh, go ahead, finish, Tony.
oh, I was just saying, like, that is something where I'm noticing because I remember even when I played around the Nintendo 64, around that time, and I talk to guys about the new Zelda. You talk about the Ocarina of Time. Me and my friends will sit there and talk about it. We'll finish it on the weekends, come back and talk about it around during school time, and we never really shut up about it because we enjoy it that much. But I even went back then in school, we did not sit there and slander anyone. Everyone had to stay in it. And we had
Right.
the Magic the Gathering. We also had the Magic the Gathering group as well. But they got killed. The school kind of banned it because they thought it was real magic because some parents were complaining about it. So
Yeah,
they
that's
banned it.
true. I
They brought
remember
it
that.
back. Yeah, they
Yep.
banned it, brought it back a little bit, and I think we evolve in more Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. So a lot of that started to develop as more, but I even back then we didn't have the territorial issues either. But like I said, now it's more territorial because we got we got the internet, we have all these forms, and like you said, yes, I think journalism what really escalated a lot of the issues.
Yep. Storm, I know you
Yeah.
wanted to
So
say something. Go ahead,
yeah,
and then
I
we're
was
going
gonna
to
wrap it
start
up.
touching these
I was gonna,
topics.
yeah, I was
Okay,
gonna wrap it up so we
I'll
can get
shut
on the
up.
topic.
Sorry.
But
No,
so
it's all right.
now all that stuff don't even matter because now people are out here and they're like, yo, I need a gamer girlfriend, man. You know what I'm saying? I need this right there. That's what they're looking for. They looking for somebody to have a conversation. They, now that's what the serious gamers wish for. Because if they are unfortunate enough to have a girl or wife or whatever that don't really rock with video games and stuff, then they're gonna catch hell. So it's kind of like the thinking, like, man, wish you were more into gaming. But anyway, let's go ahead and move right on. Good discussion, y'all. Definitely necessary.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So let me just
Oh,
round.
Bunny. Actually, Bunny had a thing. I think it was Bunny that
Oh,
said something.
I was gonna say that it's also besides like generational, it's also territorial because everywhere is different. Like it used to be, and it probably still is, like places like Japan had a high concentration of female gamers because they were playing growing up and things like that. Where and then when they got older, some people continued with gaming, some people didn't, just like anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is territorial based on things like that also because we got to also look at besides the people who are complaining about how games are, we need to look at what regions of the world those people are from.
Yeah.
Because some regions are not complaining like other regions are,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
certain groups are not complaining like other groups are. So some of it is generational and territorial based on where
Yeah.
you're located at. Okay, and I'm done with that.
No. That's right. No,
Nice.
and
Well
yeah, a lot
said.
of it is politically based. And
Shot G. Everybody, hey man, let me, hey,
hey,
Marv,
can
let
you
me get
shout
the
out the
chat
chat?
time
Yeah, go
before we
ahead,
go
shout
ahead and
out the
kick off
chat,
the
brother.
show, y'all, because y'all know how we do. We warm up, we talk about serious things like what we just talked about that needed to be discussed. But we also got people in this chat, you know what I'm saying? I will start from the bottom to the top. Bibbity Bop in the house. Good to see all y'all. Top dog, Shot G. We got Paul G. Aminor. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gets to know Aminor
Amunor.
very well, but be careful, man. That's the homie right there. Aminor voices his opinions, but he's cool. Rick Tone in the building. All right. Charles Aaron. All right, we got Jamal Adams in the house. We got the Nightbot. Give it up. We got MM2K, and let's see who else. Anybody I missed? We got go ahead up at the top. Anybody want to jump in? Bunny, you want to catch the rest of them at the top, from the top back down?
All right, 1 second. Let's see here. Where you started from the
I
bottom
started,
up?
yeah, I went from the bottom up and I stopped at the Nightbot and all that.
Well,
MM2K.
mine's only, I see Alakazam. Charles is in the house. Karaman TV. Yo, what's going on? And then we have Butch. Hey, Butch, how you doing?
Yep.
And then I see you, Project Storm, and
All right,
Nightbot.
and
Hello,
that's it.
beloved
And that's it
Nightbot.
right there. That's how you do it, y'all. I love it.
Right. So let me do this. Let me see. What we definitely want to go over this one. We got so many topics, but we're already 50 minutes in, y'all. We're over 10 minutes before phone calls go live. But that was a hell of a discussion anyway.
Hell of a discussion.
I loved it, and it had to be had. It had to be had. That said, let's go into our our main topic of news that people have been talking about this week. You know, again, as a precursor, we don't subscribe here to the console war. We like what we like and we explain what we like, but we pretty much will play any and everything regardless of who made it. As long as we like it, we'll play it. However, there's been a lot of talk console wise about this Hitman 3 analysis. All right. And this is courtesy of Games Radar. It says Hitman 3 analysis shows Xbox Series X advantage over PlayStation 5. Xbox Series X boosts true 4K resolution at 60 frames per second. So here's the thing. Digital Foundry did an analysis. The Digital Foundry that's the tell all be all right on whether you should enjoy a game or whether you get quality. They did an analysis of Hitman 3. That analysis showed that, particularly between Xbox and PlayStation, that Xbox Series X was, for the most part, native 4K 60. For PlayStation, it was like an 1800p 60. The Xbox Series X version has slight dips in one particular area. PlayStation 5 didn't have any dips at all. So two of the discussions came from that, and they're console war based, because the Xbox version hardly dipped. But I don't think that the conversation went in the right place. So here goes the question. I'm going to phrase it like this. The Xbox fanboys are saying, this is proof that the tools that we told you that was lost in the tool shed, this is proof that the tools are winning. The tools are here. The PlayStation is going to be rendered useless. The PlayStation fanboys are saying, oh, the Xbox Series X version is trash. It dipped under 60 frames per second in this grassy knoll. It's trash. I don't think the conversation is right there. I think the conversation would be this, and Storm can attest to this because he's the one that informed me of this, that Hitman 3 really ain't the most graphically demanding game. So games that aren't that graphically demanding, that don't have like a whole bunch of resources being used, like a whole bunch of ray tracing or anything like that, those games tend to shine on Xbox. PlayStation, you know, with its 9.2 teraflops or 10.3, whatever it is, they do well at balancing out fidelity or and frames. My question then, I want to start off with this first question to anybody that wants to pick it up. Number one, are these differences that noticeable? Are these differences that Digital Foundry discovered that paramount to the experience that you're going to get with this game? And two, if the answer is no for anybody, does Digital Foundry have too much of a grasp on what we decide a good version of this or a good version of that? Who wants to tackle that first?
Man, let me steal that first.
I knew it. I should have just said Storm. I knew it.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pass it to Bunny though, because ladies first, man. Go ahead. Let's do it.
Digital Foundry has too much sway in everybody.
Mhm.
Okay, because I don't think it's going to be where you need so many graphics for games.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, last gen, okay, PlayStation pushed their console to the max. You
Yeah.
ended up having your fans going like your PlayStation 4 was a jet engine because of how much they were pushing it. On the flip side, Xbox wasn't putting anything out to push their console graphically. They could use all the power.
Mm-hmm.
Um, right now, Digital Foundry makes videos, praising one over the other, but it all boils down to the naked eye. If you didn't have all your technical gear, and this is what I want you guys to think about. If you did not have all this technical gear that Digital Foundry had to run these games, to prove to you that, hey, this dropped here, this dropped there, this dropped by 1 frame,
Mm-hmm.
would the naked eye be able to see that?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. Would your naked eye be able to see a 1 frame drop? Now, granted, if it's 60 frames and drops down to 30 frames, that's a big drop. You can
Mm-hmm.
notice something like that. Can you notice 1 frame? Okay. When you have all these performance issues, things like that, it boils down to, are you playing the game for the technical reasons of the game, or are you playing the game to get enjoyment from the game?
Mm-hmm.
You can't let somebody tell you what version of a game is better. It's going to boil down to which one you want to play. And why is it that some third-rate company on YouTube is dictating to you what games to play and what games not to play?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Or what versions are trash or not trash. Um,
Exactly.
I know. I can hear Storm's heart pounding. I can hear
Oh,
it.
you already know what the hell the
I can
time
hear
is.
it through the Storm.
Yo.
Storm, what you got to say, my good brother, about
And
all
we got
this?
2 minutes before the live calls open up. But y'all, let me say what I got to say, Yo, 2 minutes before live calls open up, but I promise y'all, you know what I'm saying? We will have this discussion right here. Hey, Digital Foundry, I used to respect very highly, man. I would go to them. I would always send people. I would refer other people to the platform, to whatever they were doing. I thought it was the coolest thing ever that they were breaking down this technology, man. I mean, shit. When you're an Xbox fan, it's nothing like Digital Foundry saying, yo, man, the FPS over here is dope. Check this out. When I zoom in, the textures look better on the ground than they do on PlayStation, right? But when you're a PS5 or a PlayStation fan, then it's the other way around. When you're a Switch fan, who they give little love to, wonder why.
No.
What I'm saying?
The Switch, what's crazy is when they do analysis for the Switch, like prime example, they did a 45-minute video on a 30-second clip of The Witcher 3 running on the Switch and talking about how much dog shit it was.
Yeah.
But then when the game came out, they turned around and was like, oh, this is running a lot better than we thought it was.
Look, Stadia, anyone? I mean, so here's the thing. So Digital Foundry, they need things to do. They grasp for straws these days, y'all. They hit the 1 million subs. You know what I'm saying? They did that because a lot of people don't know. They want to go over there and see the breakdown of all these games and everything running at 60 and sub 60 and sub 30 and all that shit, because then they could save their money. They don't have to waste their money on the games or with a said game. But my problem with Digital Foundry is okay, the Series X version, I swear, somebody did a comparison video of the Xbox One X, as in xylophone version, and the Xbox Series X version, and I swear I couldn't see the damn difference, y'all. And I know 4K, and I have dabbled into 8K and all this stuff, so I know how good things look. Yo, I don't understand. I just don't see the logic in the shit no more. I really just don't, man. They break things down and it's like, well, we're not saying this, but we're saying this. And then we zoom in and look at the hairs on the motherfucking neck on Days Gone. And we talking about the damn hairs on boy neck.
Unbelievable.
On Days Gone. And why you can't just 100% highlight the fact that Days Gone on PS4 or is running like this on PS5 now? Or so the list goes on and on. Doom Eternal I got a janky ass, cheap ass setup, but I'm gonna do a Doom Eternal breakdown for the people out here that on Stadia, so that they can see that Stadia is some dog shit, and they won't mess with Stadia. Like, so when people call them out, I understand completely why they're doing it. When Digital Foundry gets that heat, I understand. I used to rock with them, y'all. Now I look at it. I still watch their content, but I don't subscribe to the channel. I watch their content to see what the hell they have to what they're gonna come up with next. You know what I'm saying? For people to shoot down. So that way I'm on the side of the people that shoot the bullshit down versus Digital Foundry side.
Yeah.
But that's all.
Yeah. Tronny. Great point, Storm. I'm gonna say mine. I'm gonna say mine. See, you got my heart pounding too.
Yeah, what's up? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Tronny, what do you think about it? Do you think that Digital Foundry has too much sway in what we consider great or whatever? I mean, because look, let me throw this in there. See, Storm got me all revved up too. I ain't mean to make. Hey, look,
it's Thursday.
I ain't mean to make it seem like I was throwing it past at my brother. I said Storm got my heart pounding on. I wasn't trying to.
I know they know what you mean. Hey, guess what? They know what you mean. They know they done heard your goddamn your speeches and everything before. So don't trying to appeal to anybody.
Hey, look.
I will say, hold on, let me get my dog. She's
that's okay. While you get your dog, I just want to throw this out here. I want to throw this out there while Tronny's getting her dog.
Hey man, don't sugarcoat that shit, man. Come on, bro.
No, I'm trying to
see. Now, Mark, right? Because Bunny, he's over there thinking, trying to figure out how to be the most polite, respectable Moss. You know what I'm saying? No, hell.
Oh hell no, no. You know. Hey look. You talking to the brother? Y'all can go look it up on this channel right now. For Digital Foundry, well before Stadia even came aboard. Digital Foundry had came up with this idea that they said, when we go into next generation, what we're not going to do is we're not going to do pixel counts anymore. We're going to talk about the balance of frames because we think it should be about. Nobody gives a shit about what y'all think it should be. Man. Who the hell are y'all? Like,
well, a million people do.
Game has been around as far as like a retail gaming has been around for almost 40 years, if not at least 40 years, right? And y'all come in the last 10.
Actually, it's longer than 40. It's about 50 because you got to think about the original Atari.
What was it? The original Atari was what was that? That was 80.
Because my dad was playing video games before I was born. My mom remembers him playing Pong and shit.
Oh, that's ColecoVision, and there was something else too that came out way before the.
Yeah, that was still like. Because I'm 40, this was in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
No. Yeah, there was like I forgot, and they did a special on it on that Netflix video game thing.
And the Commodore and all that.
Yeah, Commodore 64, all that stuff. Yep, definitely. But my thing is that y'all completely uprooted gaming in the last 10 years. So I created this award. It's on this very channel. It's called the STFU Award. You can spell out what it is, and I tell Digital Foundry to STFU. Like, who do y'all think y'all are? Let me pass it over to Tronny, but let me say this real quick. Tronny, what do you think about this being that Digital Foundry and the video themselves said, or in the write-up at least said, here goes one that the Xbox gamer's been waiting for. You know, something to that effect. Like, we're the all-seeing eye, and we're stamping our seal of approval on Xbox now because what do you think about that type of influence and Digital Foundry's reach in gaming, period?
I just feel like that's how they make their bread and butter. Like, that's how they make their money. It's based off console wars. I mean, they're not trying to. They're not even trying to just say, "Hey, I mean, yes, you could point out like Bunny say, you could tell from frame drops because I could tell when you start seeing pop-ins and you start seeing loadings take a long time because the pop-ins are the part of loading, and then you see the issues where the frame rates do drop, where it comes a little staticky and stuff like that, and I'm saying I could tell that already. I don't need someone to tell me something about that. I don't need, like you said, you don't need someone to point out the shadow behind the ears or hair
the flaws of the damn game.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
reporting the flaws. Okay, yes. There's a texture mess up here, and there. You know what? That happened in games ever since the freaking the pixel days. There's always a texture mess up all the time. I never really get into a big deal about that. Even with the whole thing with Cyberpunk, I know everyone's talking about, but that was completely their fault. So, I mean, you got games that are completely broken that should be judged, but not a game that has have a few drops here and there, especially an old game. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and see,
go ahead, sir.
yeah, go ahead, man. No, I was gonna say, look, man, I agree. I agree where Tronny's coming from. I really do. But they focus on some positives, y'all, but they get a kick out of
Hmm.
the negatives, highlighting the negatives
Exactly.
and the shortcomings
And
and
then
everything.
that's the problem with them. When they get the kick out of those negatives, they use that on their, especially their Twitter accounts. Then people say, "Hey, you messed up here." Oh, and they start having the freaking. One of them always says he has a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
How do you have a nervous breakdown with
Yeah,
this out
yeah,
here?
you know
Like,
what I mean. And
the
then, hey, you
fuck?
notice they always laugh when they do talk about certain negatives or whatever. They laugh
Hmm.
it off, like you know what I mean. They chuckle and everything, like it's really funny.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
People are onto it now, though.
But it's almost as if, and this is going to sound really, really janky when I say it, it's almost as if they want to be our parents and tell us what to play and what not to play. And it makes me feel like they're trying to push gaming into a certain way because somebody is fueling them to push gaming into a certain way.
Man, it's
You
just like
understand?
it's just like with everything else, Bunny. We empowered them to do this shit
No,
by
Hmm.
no,
giving
no,
them,
no. What I'm saying is
yeah.
like think about it like this. You remember back here when like in the beginning of in like 2013 things like that, EA and Microsoft was out here saying, "Oh, single player games are dead. They're not worth it. Games as a service is where it's at," right? And you got to look at and multiplayer games are the best type of games to play.
Hmm.
You got to look with that rhetoric that they fueled. Think about every Xbox player who's like huge into the console wars. You ask them why they like Xbox. Oh, I love playing with my friends. I love all the multiplayer games. Sony needs to get more multiplayer games, this, that, and the other. Their fan base repeats their rhetoric that was said to them years and years ago that the companies pushed on them. It's always like with Digital Foundry when they're comparing two games on two different platforms, it's almost as if they're always trying to fuel you to buy one version over the other. Like they're saying what Xbox is better than PlayStation version right now.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to tell you, "Oh, well, you should go play this game on the Xbox."
Hey,
But
look,
we
and I can see sarcasm and all that shit too. Austin, I know you wanted to say something, man. I'm gonna be real quick, man. I can see sarcasm in some of it. Finally, Xbox fans especially those who's attacked us about giving our thoughts on the PS5, right? Here you go. Here's a bone for you. Now you have a native 4K game. Was this what y'all were looking for? Was this the one you were waiting for? Well, here it is. Or finally, Xbox Series X owners have something to be happy about. Finally, you know what I'm saying? Like
right.
I don't understand,
And
man.
and see, and that's the thing. My thing is you got two new consoles that just came out, right?
Yeah.
Why are y'all still talking about tech? What are y'all doing? What are you playing? But yet you're still worried about tech. You got, like I said, I just bought a PlayStation 4. You don't see me up here talking about, oh, this console, the tech of this, the tech of that. I'm too busy playing games.
Yeah, but you're also not trying to deceive people or sway people's opinion and shit like that just to try to boost your initiative, whatever that is, whether to get more views,
Right.
get more money, or whatever. Now I know Mars, my bad. I know you wanted to say something, bro. Go ahead though.
No,
I'm
no, go
gonna
ahead.
go
Go
ahead and
ahead.
let
Go
you.
ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
So hey, do y'all ever hear Digital Foundry say thank you Bethesda for sending us this copy of Fallout 76? Have y'all ever heard them say anything like that? Because I don't remember it. If it's happened, let me know.
Oh, hell
Thank you,
no.
Bungie, for sending us a code for Destiny 2. I don't remember them saying that, and if they have, it's been a while. and you wonder why, right? It makes me think about what these developers and publishers are thinking about as they're breaking these games down and shit. When you highlight again the hair on a character's neck, I mean, and then you make that seem like a negative thing. Now people are gonna go zoom in on that hair on somebody's neck on Days Gone, on Deacon's neck, or whatever the character's name is, and see if that hair is really there and shit. When they never would have looked for that. And then you zoom in 18 times or whatever the magnification is. You got to zoom in, knowing that people don't have access to these types of tools to do that. That's why they come back and watch more Digital Foundry, because now they want to see what's the next thing. Where's this frame rate choppy at? Now I see it too, Digital Foundry. Thank you for exposing me to that. And I guess that's why they get their subs and stuff. But I don't know, man. It's crazy as hell. Crazy.
So here's the problem I see with Digital Foundry. Because I know we're going to get blowback from this, y'all. People are going to say, why are you guys so upset over opinions, right?
Yeah, Martin, we have our own, man. I was going to put it out there. We talk about 30 FPS, but we talk about why we choose not to spend our money. I just want to clarify that in case everybody's like, y'all do it too. But go ahead.
Yeah, but the thing with Digital Foundry is called inherent influence. Okay, so let me break it down. When you gaming, except for us on this panel, we know our shit, right? And you listening, you know your shit. That's why you listen to us, and you will fact check us, or no, Bunny, no, Storm, this, that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So we all know our stuff, right? The average gamer who, through a trickle-down method, Digital Foundry said this about this version, or they said that about that version, they don't know their stuff. They listen to IGN. They just see IGN's quick write-up on just a summary of what Digital Foundry has to say. Oh, let me go check these Digital Foundry guys up. They listen to the ism, schism, bisms, and all these big words from Digital Foundry, and they say, oh, okay, they know their shit. All I do is take my joystick, plug it in, take my disc, insert it, and play. So these guys must be right, because IGN, the world's #1 gaming, platform, is reporting what these guys say. And what has happened is, what Digital Foundry talks about, I don't care if it's 30,000 pixels or whatever, it's not conceivable to the naked eye. This is nerd stuff. Only nerds or the hardcore would be entertained by this fathomably. But what they've done is, because they want to get money, like Tron said, that's basically what it was. And shout out to the homie Thrash. I know me and him don't agree all the time, but when he exposed Digital Foundry, it wasn't that he exposed them on the method of what I agreed upon. He exposed their agenda. They took something that's only for a niche market of gamers and tried to paint it with a broad brush, and now they're financially being suited from it. When you do something like what Storm alluded to earlier, well, the hair on the neck on the Nintendo version, there's 4 less follicles than the one that's on the PlayStation version. So the Nintendo, hey, John, can you understand the disparity there? No,
it was harder to look at.
Yeah, it was. It was hard. It was hard. I just can't understand it.
Yeah, man.
Exactly, and then that causes. Shout out to Top Dog with the $10. Thank you, my good brother. I appreciate you. Top Dog knows what I'm talking about. He's been a supporter of this platform, since the beginning. They have too much sway on what the average gaming consumer thinks about titles.
Yeah.
This difference in 1800p, and again, I'm not trying to defend PlayStation over. I'm just saying, to the average gamer, if Digital Foundry got on TV today and said, you know what, we made a mistake, and they were lying to you, they just said they were just doing this scientific experiment. They made a mistake. They said, you know what, we made a mistake. The Xbox version is 1800p, and the PlayStation 5 version is made of 4K. And it was the complete. Y'all wouldn't know the difference. So I beckon to y'all to please, number one, take Digital Foundry out your diet. Please. They're not doing you any justice. They're making you focus on things that you as a gamer shouldn't even be focused on, because you're not going to notice it. You got to live off of their words, because it's something that you can't notice with your eyes alone. So what makes them
different than the Project Storm? What makes them different than the Project Storm or MM2K? You know what I'm saying? When we break down things.
When the Project Storm or MM2K breaks down things, we're breaking down things fathomable to the human eye. I'm not grabbing a monocle and saying, oh yeah, there's 75 pixels here in the XY axis. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about things like level design, glitches, bugs, frames, stuff that is fathomable.
Crashing,
exactly.
All that.
Stuff that we've been judging, right, since Nintendo Power, for crying out loud, right? They're bringing it to a whole nother quantum physics level that you would never know unless they told you so. And like you said, Storm, they're making it sound like, 5 less follicles on this neck than what's on the Nintendo version. The Nintendo version is sketchy. So that's why it's not about opinions. It's about the influence that they have, and the lopsided influence that they have, and the validation that they're getting from the mainstream media, because the mainstream media profits off of this too. So take Digital Foundry out your diet. Now, with all that bibble babble I just said, here goes my next question to y'all. Let's look at this on the surface. I think this does show, though, why people spent $500 on an Xbox Series X, and they're not getting something that they can, whether Digital Foundry is there or not. They were told, let's just say, let's imagine a world where Digital Foundry just, went into spontaneous combustion. And I'm not, knock on wood, I'm not wishing that on them, but they don't exist, okay? People paid $500 for the Xbox Series X because they were expecting to get a noticeable difference, not a few pixel counts difference, a noticeable difference from the PlayStation 5. And they didn't get it. And I think that Hitman 3 shows that Xbox Series X's focus on native resolution might be the culprit.
Man, hell with that. As soon as you're done, I would like to say something.
Okay. I know you
might want to say something. Hey, Bunny might be there piggyback off what I'm gonna say about this shit here, because it's janky. In the words of Snow Bunny Gaming, y'all, it's janky as hell. I'm gonna tell you what's janky about it, but go ahead.
Let me finish this point real quick. I'm gonna throw it to y'all like red meat in the cage. I'm gonna throw it to y'all.
All right, go ahead.
My question is, with the issues that we saw, where the the 12 teraflop difference people aren't seeing, is it because Xbox's focus on native, like hitting that 2160, are they focusing on it too much? Because you're seeing some inconsistencies in frames, you're seeing some inconsistencies in performance versus the PlayStation 5. And again, people made this sacrifice. People said, Storm, I'll just take this into consideration. People said, okay, we know PlayStation has the better lineup, but the games that I'm getting up front are third-party games. And I rather have better-looking third-party games than the lineup that Sony has right now. And they're not getting that difference. So what do you chalk that up to? Does this video help explain that difference to you?
I'm just writing on my paper right now as I get ready to break this thing down. Now,
don't be like Digital. No, I'm just joking.
I ain't being like these motherfuckers. First of all, man, I'm more educated than them. I talk to people as gamers.
Amen to that.
Shit, not as an entity trying to collect. You know what I'm saying, and all that. So here's the thing, and when I get a super chat button on my channel, I tell y'all right now, if I ain't the same Project Storm, unsubscribe from my shit. You know what I'm saying? So here's the deal.
Go ahead, bro.
Bunny knows what I'm about to say, because it has to do with this Xbox One X again. If y'all think I'm tripping, go out there. If you think I'm capping, go look at footage. If you can, find it in 4K. Hitman 4K gameplay on the Xbox One X, and then find it on the Series X. People, do that for me, right? And tell me if you see a difference when it comes to visuals or whatever, like a major difference, a noticeable difference. I even just want you to tell me if you see a noticeable difference that will stop you from playing the X version if you had an Xbox One X, right? So they killed off the X is my point. I'm going to go back to that. That's why I said Bunny will be able to catch this alley-oop. They killed the fucking X because they knew that the Series X wasn't going to show you on your screen that much, especially not in the first year. Now, maybe, and I have a Series X, y'all. Maybe in the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth year, you might start to see those things come to fruition or whatever, man. But You're not seeing that major shit right now, and that's why a game like Hitman 3, which is to be fair, it's a multi-platform game. You know what I'm saying? It has to be ported several times, and some PC gamers hate the fact that it's not native PC or exclusive PC because then some people feel like it's watered down. So I when I talk, I think about all these factors, right? But they killed off the X because they knew that the X in games like Hitman and other games as well, you will see it in other games. Shit, Gears 5 looked beautiful on the Xbox One X. I know because I played it, right? It looked like PC Ultra settings. They even said it. Digital Foundry broke that down. Digital Foundry also broke down native resolution it may not be the focus, or it should not be the focus here when DLSS and upscale resolutions, I'm paraphrasing, right? But upscaling and stuff like on the PS4 Pro and shit like that, right? Checkerboard rendering, how good it looked. DLSS on PC, how good that looks in comparison to native resolution. So why not be telling people, hey, look, man, don't put that much emphasis on native resolution any damn way. Like native resolution should go out the window. That's what they should be saying to educate people. But I digress, man.
Yep. No. Excellent point. Excellent point. Anybody want to pick that up on there? Do y'all think, like, do y'all think that this shows Bunny or Tron? Do y'all think that this shows this focus on hitting 4K natively? Because we've seen instances where Xbox is struggling with newer games. The older games, they're fine. The less demanding games, they're fine, but they're struggling with newer titles. What do you, Bunny? What do you think?
Here's the thing, and I say this to everybody. The specs that they give you on paper versus reality may or may not happen. Because when you write an idea on paper, it can be it's an idea. The tech, quote unquote, is untried. It's supposed to do this, but we're not 100% sure that it will do this. That's where I think a lot of the issues are. I think a lot of the issues are people are saying, excuse me.
No, go ahead.
People are saying that, hey, on paper it says it should do this, 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 and this, and then when the reality hits, why isn't it doing this, this, and this? Number one, you got to think about specs on paper versus reality. Number two, the games that's being made by certain developers, depending on what tech they're using, their tech may not hit that.
Yeah.
Or even if their tech is quote unquote compatible to the tech that is supposed to be, we don't know if they overclock their systems to get it to perform a certain way. That's the one thing about game design that's crazy. A lot of it is made on PC and using the game, quote unquote, game code of the consoles. But we don't know if they're overclocking their systems. We don't know when they notice something janky in their systems, they might change a few settings. They might do this. They might do that. You can't do that once it's on a console. So I'm saying with the Xbox right now, with this struggling to hit it with the newer games, tech on paper versus reality is different. And technology is something that within 6 months, like when they came out with the specs of the Xbox versus then to now, it's already outdated.
So
that's an issue that everybody needs to realize. Tech outdates itself quickly. All these designers and things are keeping with the newest tech so that they could get the best things. Well, when it moves on from what was supposed to be the top of the line in consoles, by the time it comes out, it's already outdated.
Well, let me say this real quick. If you were thinking that the Series X was going to blow the PS5 away visual or performance wise, man, I don't know what the hell is going on, because if you had a PS4 Pro like I did and an Xbox One X, you would know that those exclusive games from Sony's camp was looking damn good. Now, you might turn your head and refuse to look at that, but let's keep it real. Sony is going to drop some beautiful ass IPs no matter how you shake it. Teraflops won't even be a part of the conversation when they drop that those games hot up the press. But go ahead, Moss, man. What were you going to say?
No. I was going to float it over to Tronny and simply say, to piggyback off of what Snow Bunny was saying, we saw, it was Snow Bunny and Storm were saying, because I remember having a conversation. I can't remember. I think it was on. We were talking about J-Wags earlier, right? About something completely different. And I remember having this conversation with somebody on his show. It might have been Thrash. No. It was Thrash. And I don't know if Thrash remembers this. Oh, I wish Thrash was listening right now. But because I called into the show, I was at work. I'll never forget this. I was at work and Thrash was talking and stuff, and I was in the height of my Xbox tap dancing, right? So I called in and I joined the show, and me and Thrash was going back and forth, right? But it was a good show. It was in all good spirit. And I think Thrash said to me, he said, bro, what makes you think that Xbox, the lesser money-making console, when this Xbox Series X drops, or no, it had already dropped. He said, with this Xbox, what makes you think that developers are going to make games so much better, like so much better on the Xbox Series X than on the PlayStation 4 Pro, that it's going to force people to say, ooh, it looks too good over there on the Xbox One X, I'm sorry. It looks so good on the Xbox One X, I'm turning in my PlayStation 4 library and I'm abandoning. He asked me, he said, what makes you think that? And I said, oh man, people always want the latest and great. He said, oh, okay, all right, cool. I don't know if Thrash remember that. But he ended up being right in that equation, that as far as consoles were at the time, giving me the sharpest image and the best looking multiplats, yes, the Xbox One X did do that. But did it do it at a rate to where you looked at it and you were like, oh my God, I got to drop this console. You know what I'm saying? Like Red Dead Redemption 2 was an outlier. Most of the time, even though you have people, it was 30% more powerful and 2.5 million more pixels. You hear that argument right now from your favorite YouTubers. But to the naked eye, was that 2.5 million, which sounds a lot on paper, like Bunny was saying, does it resonate to the naked eye like that? So my question to Tronny is this. Tron, do you think that people have overestimated? Is this temporary, or do people overestimate the gap in what they were going to get in fidelity from the PlayStation versus the Xbox? Mm-hmm. Is this Xbox One X versus PlayStation 4 Pro all over again?
Yeah, I think so. Because if you look at it, people thought like, oh, the console wars. Like, no, long as you know what, companies are making their money off this as well. And you kind of see, like, sometimes Sony might jab, or you see Xbox jabbing, or you see Nintendo, or any of these little, these companies throwing jabs. They're making money off this console war. It's actually helping them. They ain't trying to hurt nobody. And so, yeah, they're going to start it up again. Mm-hmm. I really do believe they're going to start it all up again. It's going to get these little, because that's what I saw last year. All these companies were throwing their little shading here and there. I'm just like, why?
But don't you respect Phil Spencer for like trying to end the console wars, or you think that's an act?
That's a lie. That's a lie. You know why? You know why that's a lie?
He's making money off this.
Exactly. You know what? That's a lie, Storm. He tells us that, but I personally know. I ain't gonna name no names, but y'all know who it is. I ain't gonna name it because it's my brother from another mother. I love this brother, but he personally is close friends, with one of the biggest Xbox trolls that I've ever met in my life. They talk on the phone. They play games together. They make money. PlayStation and Xbox make so much money off this console war. It's just that you ever notice? You ever play slap boxing with somebody? They'll come up to you. They ever come up to you and they slap you first and you get
Yeah,
so
for-
mad, you slap the
Yep.
chicken shit out of them. And they're like, oh
Right.
man, what you slap me like that for? Kind of like Dave Chappelle's skit with Charlie Murphy. That was
Yeah.
weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? That's what Xbox likes to do. They'll come out there, they'll talk to stuff, they'll talk about tools. Aaron Greenberg will sit there and cross his arms with the X. They'll talk all this stuff. And then when the PlayStation Nation, when the Pony Nation come out of the stables and they flip it like they're good at doing, or Jim Ryan comes out and says something and everybody loves them and tosses them in the air, then you'll see Phil Spencer do an interview. Man, I hate the console wars. I just wish we could all be kumbaya together. I love it. You know what I'm saying? It's an ebb and flow. But if Phil Spencer truly hated, if Xbox truly hate, look, I'm gonna just say it. The hell with it. I ain't trying to hate. I love everybody and everybody that creates content. If Xbox truly hated the console war, you wouldn't have seen everybody on Xbox staff on RDX leading up to the launch of this console. You wouldn't have seen them there because whether they're right or wrong, nothing against RDX. Some of the people there I love very dearly. I communicate with some people here and there, via whatever the case may be. But that is an Xbox fanboy console war show. They live and breathe off of the console war. Talking all this stuff. Xbox is going to be 30% more. Colt Eastwood had to go on and make a video live and apologize for all of his fanboy rhetoric. And I'm not focusing on Xbox to make it seem like there ain't PlayStation people doing it. Yes, there are definitely PlayStation people that I love just as much that do it too. But if you truly hate the console war, you're not showing up on RDX. Your closest friends aren't doing this console rhetoric. All of them are making money. So don't fall for the, and I know Storm, you just threw that question up, but I'm talking to the people that are listening on the other end of this. Don't fall for that okie doke. Phil Spencer loves the console war because it's what? Free marketing. Period.
Yeah, makes sense at the end of the damn day. Yeah, no.
Free marketing. Any other thoughts on this? Because this is like my last question on this is, what I think we kind of answered. I mean, just real quick around the panel. Do y'all think that Hitman is the sign that you're finally going to see the 12 teraflop difference, or is it too early to tell?
Too early to tell.
I'm glad you asked.
Mm-hmm.
Tronny, you got anything you want to throw in there, or I can? Yeah,
I think it's too early to tell.
What I was going to say is, I don't even think Hitman 3 should have been a part of the damn discussion.
Yeah.
When it comes to that.
Tell him, bro. You were breaking it down to me yesterday. Go ahead, bro.
It's so level, bro. It's so level across platforms. Like they even said, Digital Foundry even said it themselves that this game pretty much works well across the board, even on the older consoles or whatever, right? I mean, last gen consoles is what they kind of said. Mm-hmm. So the game is optimized, very well optimized. Great. I guess it was ported great or whatever, and all those other factors, right? So this wouldn't be one of those games that you would have people excited for. You would look at a Scorn or one of the Medium or something like that is coming, because they're saying the Medium is about to be taxing as hell on PCs. If you look at the requirements for the Medium that's coming next week, right?
Yeah.
That should be one of those games that you should be having this discussion about. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand when Hitman 3 to me don't even look that damn
different.
It's a
don't look that
game,
impressive.
Don't get me wrong, but it don't look groundbreaking like I thought it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's beautiful, but man, not like that. And I don't know. We'll get into our thoughts on it, I guess, on Saturday when we do
absolutely. That's going to be a great discussion.
Man.
I mean, for me, I think it's too early to tell, because you're going to have to, because right now we won't be able to truly tell until all the cross-gen games are over with.
Mm-hmm.
You got to, once those cross-gen games are done, then we'll know whether or not we're going to see a 12 teraflop difference.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we didn't even see the 6 teraflop and all that difference, really. You know what I'm saying?
Let's be honest. You're right. That's what I was bringing back with the last, with the last consoles, the PlayStation 4. Like I said, PlayStation 4 was so taxing on some games Tronny, you can attest to this because you said some games had your PlayStation sounding pretty loud.
Yeah, I can
So
attest to.
yeah, so we can't. It's too early to tell now. We gotta wait till everything's out. That's all cross gen is over.
Bunny, here's the thing. This right here, if this don't slap everybody in the face with reality, the monster, y'all, it's a monster, right? Listen to me real quick. It's a monster, right? This is the Xbox One X. That's what it was, right? The monster.
It was supposed to
6
be, yeah.
teraflops, true 4K, all that, right? And then you kill my shit 3 years later. If it even hit 3 years. I don't even know if it saw the 3-year
It was
birthday.
about 2 years.
You gonna kill the production of my shit, and it was that powerful? What?
Yep.
All right, that's all, man. I'm done with it. I just want people to start thinking about that. You kill my shit though. 6 teraflops, right? And you think they really maximized that console? Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. They stopped production on it.
I think that Digital Foundry would be better served, and they wouldn't get our ire if they probably worked on a grading system. Like, to Storm's point, they make it seem like that an extra 360p is such a phenomenal difference to the naked eye, and it's not. They need to work on a grading system. Like, I could see a grading system where you give, the Xbox version maybe a 7.5 out of 10, and you give the PlayStation 4 version a 7.4 out of 10. Or an 8.5 and an 8.4. Those are both B's, right? But an extra, but see, we got to be able to break this down in more tangible means that are measurable to the average consumer. 360p on versions that are both pretty much 60 frames per second, isn't that, on a game that isn't graphically demanding, like Storm alluded to, isn't that much of a difference. Hell, you can look at the Xbox Series S version and really can't tell that much of a difference from the X version. Digital Foundry admits that.
Right.
That's how undemanding graphically this game is. You really can't tell the difference because they're all three of them are running at a flat 60. So there has to be like some type of grading system that more accurately describes, besides the rhetoric. The rhetoric is absolutely the problem.
If it's running native 4K on the Series X right now, Moss, native 4K, I would have to say that there's some kind of compromise going on. And again, I have a Series X, and I'm not trying to bash anything about the Series X, but native 4K though, bro.
Yeah,
come on, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's on multiple platforms. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely. And any final thoughts before we move on to the last subject, which Aminar brings up, is Resident Evil 8. This is going to be, we don't want to go too much. We're kind of like over right now, but we don't want to go too much over time. But any other thoughts before we move to Resident Evil 8?
Nah, we're good.
Okay. All right. Resident Evil 8. Let's talk about it, y'all. I can't play it because I did a video, which I'm going to say this real quick because I'm angry at YouTube. I'm tired of their systems effing up on me. I had a special video for y'all that I recorded, secretly. I was trying to surprise y'all. I did a reaction video for the members and it went live. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't the end of the world. But the members will see it tomorrow. And those are the members of the Stadia Dosage News community. I did a reaction video. Some of you caught it. Cool. The rest of you guys will catch it tomorrow if you're part of the member program. If you're not, go over to Stadia Dosage News, hit that join button, check out the prescription tier or the short shot tier, and you'll get access to all of the member videos. Anyway, with that being said, I did a reaction video because Resident Evil 8, The Village, was showcased. I thought it was a hell of a showcase. I think they did. It was damn near perfect. Great looking game. I think they took a lot of the elements that people love, the Resident Evil 7, ported it over to the new one. It looks good. It looks fantastic. Very impressive, to say the least. So let me go there first and foremost. Who saw it, or anybody see snippets from it? And if you did, what did you think about what you saw?
I saw it. It looks awesome for people who could play it.
Yeah.
I was actually hoping that we would get like a Resident Evil Revelations showing also, but yeah, it looks awesome. It looks like it's going to be a fun game for people. I don't know. Are they going to do VR with it?
I don't think they're going to VR, but I think that there is they showed off the multiplayer thing, so that's going to be a
Mhm.
third person. You know, that's
Yeah,
going to be
that's a multi a battle royale like thing.
yeah,
But you can get it for free if you pre-order Resident Evil.
yep, yep.
So yeah, but
So
it looked awesome. The character designs look great. It looks really, really awesome. And it continues the story from seven,
mm-hmm, yep.
which is always a good thing.
Any anybody else catch any footage or anything from this?
From the Resident
Tony?
Evil, I did,
Oh,
man.
you
You
did?
know, I
Okay.
did. I saw a nice ass video, bro, and I was like, now this is next gen. We're talking about
Mm-hmm.
next gen visuals and all that stuff,
Yeah.
man. Let's
Mm-hmm.
go into this right here, and this is just on the surface. And like Resident Evil games are always beautiful. This right here has me ready for the village because I thought it was going to be like a Resident Evil 4 where it was mainly outside. Upon first glimpse, that's what I was thinking. Somehow it was going to be kind of like a Resident Evil. But man, the set pieces and scenery I saw in this game, man, has me super excited about it. I need it like right now. Straight up. It's looking like again, like that new, it made me keep thinking, like, is this the Unreal engine? Is this like the new Unreal? And like it just reminded me of the level of visuals that we saw in that Unreal demo or something, bro. I don't know. I'm impressed. You know me.
Absolutely.
Now the
Tawny, I'm sorry. Go ahead, buddy.
I was going to say, and it's not. It's going to be we as far as we know right now. It's going to be on PS4, PS5, Xbox One X, and Xbox Series XS.
Okay. Yep. So we're going to get into that because there's a system missing that kind of surprised a lot of people. But Charlie, were you able to see Resident Evil 8? And if you were able to catch anything from it, what did you think about what you saw? All right.
All right. Well, let me go ahead
And
and
that's a
catch
thumbs
that.
up
Ooh.
from Charlie.
Hey, let me ooh, nah, check it out. I'm gonna tell you something though, right?
Uh-huh.
Stadia is that platform. See, we can't call it a system because when we call it a system and a console and stuff like that, people get confused, bro. So I will always correct somebody that calls Stadia a system or a platform.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, or a system or a console because it is a platform.
Yeah.
So, but it's definitely missing and I don't know when you want to get into it, man. If you want to save
Yeah,
it or whatever.
let's talk about that. So to catch everybody up,
Yeah.
Stadia, there was a leak early 2020 that was validated by a lot of sources that I know, and I ain't gonna name any names, I ain't getting nobody in trouble, and was pretty solid. And I think solid in the realm of, I can't say with 100% certainty, but it was solid, I think, in a lot of ways because there were DMCA notices that went out to people that reported this information that Stadia paid Capcom $10 million to bring over a port of Resident Evil 7, and I don't know if it's going to be a port or built from the ground up, but to bring over Resident Evil 8 to Stadia. So
seven or eight.
Both of them.
Just said seven. Okay, good.
So because of that, people, I'm used to, like me and Storm, we're used to Stadia not being mentioned at all during an initial launch announcement. But right. I think the thing that got everybody was how aggressive Capcom is with this game. They're taking pre-orders today. The PlayStation demo was released today, and the game was dropping May 7th. So my thought was, holy cow, and then Stadia is not being mentioned. My thoughts are, I don't know if this is the smartest move, because this is the game that can make somebody that loves Stadia and is like, I'm interested in the next gen console, but as long as games like Resident Evil are coming to Stadia, and I know at least get a time frame when, whether it's day or day, as long as I get an idea of when the game is coming, I ain't got about a $500 console. But if you're aggressive like Capcom, the game's coming out in May. People, you're taking pre-orders now. Stadia don't say nothing for a while, and then they stealth release. Oh yeah, Resident Evil 8 is coming next week. You might have a good number of people that go save up for them next gen consoles. Don't wait for Stadia to make an announcement. And if they're saving up for next gen consoles, guess where they're not spending money? So is this a smart thing? I mean, I think number one, what I'll ask like this: if Stadia is getting the game, do you think it's a big deal or not that they don't announce it like ASAP? Who wants to pick that up first?
All right, I waited for Bunny and she didn't say nothing, so I'm gonna
I
go ahead
was
and pick it
actually
on up.
muted. I was actually muted myself
Okay.
again.
All right, you want to go first, Bunny?
Yeah, you go ahead.
All
Because
right,
I'm
so I
still
was
trying
gonna
to formulate my thoughts
I
here.
was gonna say to Moss, and Moss knows that any given time Stadia might do a Stadia Connect, right? They might do a
Mm-hmm.
Connect or an event or an announcement. They might have some plan because we know the marketing ramped up towards the end of 2020. So coming into 2021, we got Project Hellstorm, and people still don't know what the hell that is, but I
Mm-hmm.
got my thoughts on it. All right. So I
Yep.
think that Stadia could have an event. This might be one of those cards that they had hidden to announce, right? Even though we knew that there was some buzz about Resident Evil 8 coming and all that stuff, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you know what Moss just broke down with the Resident Evil 7 scenario and all that. But maybe they're just waiting and MM2K to come out and say something like this. Resident Evil 8 coming to Google Stadia May 7th, whatever, day and date, and it will have state share. You know what I'm saying? And all this
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Well, that would be a perfect game for state share to scare the hell out of people, right?
Yep.
See, so I start thinking of outside of the box, circle and the triangle and all that, Moss, and that's what I came up with, bro.
Tronny or Bunny, do you have any thoughts? Do you guys think, or do you ladies think, excuse me, that Stadia needs to say something sooner rather than later, being that this game is coming out, I think, sooner than a lot of people thought? Because again, do you think it's a risk? Do you think it's anything to be concerned about, that there might be people that are now willing to get next gen consoles that maybe were satisfied with Stadia? Any thoughts on that?
It's a catch-22.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I kind of think it is coming because they were doing, and this is why I think it's coming. You
Mm-hmm.
know, they're doing a collection with Resident Evil 7 and 8
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
together.
Yep.
For people who already have like PlayStations and Xboxes, my thing is, why would they need to do that unless you're trying to get people? And it's not even, I don't even think it's upgraded for next gen, is it?
Mm-hmm. I don't think it
Part
is either.
7.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I think you're right on that,
So
about that. Mm-hmm.
so it makes it think to me that they're doing this to, they're trying to figure out how to get to Stadia.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna, and I guarantee they're gonna probably put it as a bundle system for the two, for those two in Stadia.
Yep.
So that's what I'm thinking. But the problem is they are saying that the game needs to come out
Yeah.
now. It's a money factor, but they can't get it out yet on Stadia because they're still working with it. Because if I remember correctly, weren't you telling me, Storm, that Stadia is on a Linux system?
Yeah, it's definitely Linux based, and they use Vulkan and all that stuff. But Charles right here, real quick, Bunny said, "What if they bring an older Resident Evil game like 7 to Pro and announce 8?" I just had to throw that out there. Go ahead.
Uh, oh, you
Yep.
mean like
Yeah, it's
Pro
based on
on the
Linux.
Stadia? Yeah, so if it's based on Linux, they could be having a small issue with getting it that quickly to Stadia, and they didn't want to announce it yet.
And see, if that's the case, then other games would have suffered the same fate. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But look at Cyberpunk. It was delayed And then you see how many pushbacks they had until it was announced that it was coming day and date on Stadia.
Well, I always thought that it was delayed for Stadia, but
But
hey,
I mean, do you see my point? Capcom may not be willing to do that delay. Not
well,
all companies are willing to do that delay if they did delay it for that reason, not all companies are willing to do that delay.
you're right, but I mean, just to go back on what I just said, though, then we learned that the game it really wasn't supposed to come out until like I recently said, until like 2022, around that window of time or whatever. So that's what the main problem is. So it really wasn't delayed for Stadia, if you think about it. But man, it's just I don't trip about it. I don't care, y'all. I don't pay attention to these release windows and all that stuff. When the game gets ready to drop, it drops. Until then, I got thousands of other
But
games to play.
but
Is how I
see,
look at it.
here's the thing, and I can understand it because I used to own a Switch, you know.
Hmm.
You're super pumped for this console. I mean, well, I still own a Switch, but Switch was my only primary choice. Okay.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is you're super hyped for this console and you want to continue to play these games on this console because something's going on where hey, it's easier for you to play on this. Okay?
Hmm.
So the people who it's easier for them to play on it, they're like, "Hey, I want to play on this." And maybe they don't want to buy a console. Maybe they're in a situation right now where Stadia is the best way for them to play any game on the market. And the reason is because maybe they're working, they're traveling, maybe they don't have the room for a console, maybe they don't have a TV and they don't believe in TVs. Whatever, what reason. Think about like you, Storm. You were hardcore into Stadia in the beginning. Some people, it goes back to some people are not willing to change. Some people are like, I invested in Stadia and bought all these games for Stadia. I'm Stadia, Stadia, Stadia. I love the platform. And then you turn around and look and you're like, well, we're not getting any games. And some people don't have the patience of Job like I do.
Well, and that's why you have freedom of choice, multiple platforms out there for your money. You know what I'm
But it
saying? You
goes
jump on
back,
over there and do that.
but Storm, remember how we were having a conversation where we were talking about you were like, I don't understand why people just don't go out and you remember how we were having a conversation about how people just stick to one thing and only one thing only and
Yeah.
they refuse to budge? Well, now it looks like some people in Stadia are like that. They're like, hey, it's Stadia. We want it on Stadia.
Yeah, and I think that they knew that. They better have known that because they know gamers are fickle when it comes to stuff like that. They should already learn from other platforms and previous experience in this industry that gamers don't play around, especially with their
Hmm.
money and stuff. And especially today, like, man, we're starting to see more and more gamers be vocal and, voice their opinions and frustrations than we've ever seen. So I think it'll be either way, it'll be fine for me. That's why I game on multiple platforms. So it really doesn't care. The release date, I don't care about all that. Like Madden should have been there already. They just won't get
Mhm.
my damn money, no matter what they
Mhm.
charge. 19.99, you ain't get my money. The season's over. So F your Madden. I got it on Series X. Holla at your boy.
Mhm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's just a shame. My fear is, and I'll go and I got a video dropping tomorrow morning. My fear is that because Stadia said something, and I know me and Storm both had heard this, and we kind of cringed. But John Justice, that's I forgot his position at Stadia, but he had said in an interview that Stadia learned that because of the reactions they got early from a lot of their announcements, that they like this stealth dropping stuff,
And
and
I liked it too. I was a fan of it. Still am.
I'll say 80% of the way I'm a fan. I think there's 20% that they shouldn't do it. Stuff like the next generation upgrade, the Gen 2.0. I don't think you stealth drop that. Also for the big ticket games, you don't like this is a big, and I always talked about Resident Evil 8. And look, I talked it into fruition, unfortunately. I said, look, you gotta even if you don't get a day and date, I don't care about day and date, but you gotta put a time frame out. And I know this was controversial, but when they said Cyberpunk 2077 is coming the same year, and remember we got all worked up about it, but look how it worked out in the long run. Maybe do something like that again. Let people know that it's coming to the platform, because if people don't know, like them pre-orders dropped today, if people don't know and you come mid-February and you're like, I don't know, I only got a couple months and I really got to play that Resident Evil 8. I'm not playing it on the Xbox One X and the PlayStation 4 Pro. That's going backwards because I'm now infused with Stadia. But I would be willing to play it on the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X. Damn it, I'm going to get it on those platforms. If those people make that jump, that's $500 that they could be spending on Stadia that they're spending elsewhere. And we know the habits of the more atypical casual gamer. Once they make that investment, they stick to it because psychologically they're like, I spent this $500. I better get use out of this buck. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little concerning, but we'll see how it shakes out. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, realistically, they got until the end of March to really make this announcement. For real, for all the Stadia people that love Stadia and that knows about Stadia now, they got until, because those are the ones that's tuned into Stadia. The other ones are still like, I love my Xbox, my PlayStation, my PC, Switch, and all that. But they got until the end of March to make this thing happen if the game releases in May. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel. But go ahead, though, Bunny.
I already made my comments about.
Oh, I thought you were chiming in. Unless that was Tronny. Was Tronny chiming in on this? No. Okay.
Yeah, all I mean, like you're saying, they got to show something.
Yep. And
they can't try to do like Nintendo and do stealth drops and think this shit's gonna work. I mean, and especially the way Stadia is, people need to know, because if not, they are going to lose those sales.
Yeah, I agree. Resident Evil's just too big, I think, to stealth drop. I'm with Storm.
Or else they could be taking a step back after this whole Cyberpunk blow up to see, because like I said, this was another huge game, to see how things fare first.
I don't know. I just think, no, Stadia, look, John Justice was grinning ear to ear. Yeah, we like stealth drops. And I'm like, I like them too, but not for the big ticket games. It just concerns me, but maybe it's just me. And again, I could be wrong, about all this. So,
or it could be also, if they're going to do, my thing is with stealth drops, I'm cool and everything with stealth drops, but if you're going to put have you seen the collector's edition for Resident Evil 8?
Yeah.
I haven't, but I know my homie. Hey, look, remember, there's a YouTuber I keep telling you about, Massive G, man. He's playing that, he's streaming that joint, right, with ray tracing. I think he in his title, he said real? Visual Showcase PS5 RTX.
Bruh.
That's ray tracing, y'all. 4K 60 FPS, man.
Come on,
that's all I'm saying now. Mars, now you done got rid of that. I mean, you done let your 5 roll. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I don't know. I know. But Stadia, we're talking ray tracing here now. It's 2021.
Yeah,
the upgrades are coming and all that.
Oh, no, I'm saying, look, if I know that it's coming to Stadia, I'll put it like this. Well, okay, I'm not the biggest Resident Evil fan, but let's just say if I was. If I know it's coming to Stadia and I like Stadia and that's my preferred way to play, and I'm one of those people that said, I'm interested in those $500 consoles, but I don't see enough from them yet to warrant $500. And you tell me, well, Resident Evil, we're sorry, ain't coming to the second half of 2021. People will wait, Storm. I think they will wait, as long as they know that it's coming.
Yeah.
But if it's up in the air, and people might say, well, here goes my chance. Shit, Biden just throwing the Kamala and Biden just sending me a stimulus. Shit, here's my chance. That might be a missed opportunity for Stadia. Just my thoughts.
See
Just my
how it
opinion.
shakes out because, like I said, they could generate a buzz if Project Hellstorm is what I think. And I really want to touch on that before we wrap,
Oh,
man.
go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Yep.
I
Yep.
think now, you know how I felt about it at first. It could be like something with machine learning and all that good stuff, demos and all that me and Zajic agreed about. But now I think the Project Hellstorm could be um, just like acquisitions and shit, Moss, man. Like a lot of big moves, like a hellstorm. We're about to drop this storm on your ass. If they think like me, that's what I'm saying, bro. Hey, bro,
Yeah.
remember I kept saying I think Stadia needs to be aggressive. They got the money to do so. They got the
You did
resources.
say that.
They were lining up all the ducks and all that. We talked about this several times. They could do that, man. And so that might be the hellstorm. Announcement after announcement after announcement. Damn, Stadia's 2021. Like, I don't know. We'll see because we know, like I said, upgrades coming, Google TV integration, the TVs and all this stuff, man. This is about to be a big year.
Absolutely.
So
totally agree. Any closing thoughts before? No, that's a great point, Storm. Any closing thoughts before we move on?
nope.
No. We're good.
Okay.
We're good.
All right. Well, I think that concludes today's show, which was a hellified show we had. Sorry, guys. We did want to cover more. But instead of us covering all the topics, we gave you a hellified discussion at the front end.
Did.
You got a hell of a discussion at the front end. A discussion ain't nobody else having, but that needed to be had. So that's what you get here with the commission. With that said, let's go around the table and see what everybody can be reached at. We'll start with you, Tron. If for all of the Tron fans, where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitter at Galactic Cutie. Like, oh,
That's all right.
That's
but,
all good in the
yeah.
hood. And we know the pets got to live.
Yeah.
It's all good
So
in the hood.
you can also find me on the round table on King Thrash Gaming. We have it the round table might be already started, but when I'm over there, you find me over there as well because it's actually pretty fun.
Awesome.
That's what's up.
Awesome.
That's it.
Let's see here. We got Project Storm in the house. Project Storm.
Man,
where can people find you, brother?
Yo, y'all can find me over here on YouTube dropping some 8K content. I know people like 8K. This motherfucker said 8K. Yeah, 8K. I'm over here dropping 8K videos now, y'all.
He
With
said
that
8K. He ain't say
RTX
6K. He said 8K.
I got that Series X. I'm about to get my paws, my little filthy paws on the PS5 real soon. Stay tuned, y'all. And of course, I'm on Stadia dropping content in the browser, on the CCU, through the Xbox One X, on Shadow PC. I got it all over there, y'all. So yeah, stop by, put a sub on my channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. I'm a cool guy, I think. But now, on some serious stuff, you can find me this Saturday on the SML podcast. Normally, me and MM2K will be co-hosting that thing together. He got some things like he mentioned earlier in the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Loss of, he got a funeral to attend, which is unfortunate, but I'm gonna try my best to hold it down in his absence and everything. So stay tuned and check me out on my channel, 11 o'clock a.m. for the SML special edition.
Yes.
Special edition, y'all. Oh man, I don't even know what the hell that means myself.
This is gonna be a hell of a show. This is gonna be a hell of a show.
Oh yeah, man. Listen, it's gonna be raw and direct. Nobody gaming hopefully will be there if she can make it.
Yeah. Yep. We know Snow Bunny hates anything related to Stadia. We know we're just joking. Nobody.
I know, man. Let's see here. Come on now. I'm hurt y'all think that about me. I feel so unloved.
We got to start some stuff with you. We're gluttons for punishment. We're gluttons for punishment. But where can the great people find all the Snow Bunny fans? Where can they find you at, dear?
You can find me over on my channel, Snow Bunny Gaming, here on YouTube. Besides Snow Bunny Gaming, you can find me on Twitter at SnowBunny426. You can also find on Snow Bunny Gaming my co-host and myself, Project Storm. We have Ying Meets Yang of Gaming every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can also find me streaming starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my channel, Snow Bunny Gaming. Right now I'm doing an hour of Stardew Valley and then I'm following that hour with about an hour or so of Little Hope until I either complete Little Hope or get bored with Little Hope, and then it'll be a new game in the rotation at that point. You can also find our show Ying Me Yang of Gaming over on Radio Public, Spotify, and iTunes. So you can listen to us wherever you want to, however you want to, and whenever you want to. All of our old shows will be listed on those sites. You can also find myself, Storm, MM2K, over on pntsnetwork.com, which will have a link to all of our newest game uploads, things like that, so you can find out what's going on with us.
All right.
Word.
And don't forget, Snow Bunny, if they want to listen to Ying Meets Yang of Gaming, they want to listen to SML, or if they want to listen to SSC, they can do it all on Spotify or Apple iTunes. We're on radio. We're on Radio Public still, but I hate to do this to a partner streamer. Radio Public, you disappoint me. So right now, if you want the real deal Holyfield when it's up and running, go to Spotify. You know what I'm saying? Go to Apple iTunes. Radio Public, we hoping you get your ish together. But you can find it on all your favorite streaming podcasts. These are great podcasts to listen to on the go.
Yes.
All right.
I did mention all of those. What are you talking
Did you?
about?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, she
Yeah,
did. She
I
did.
mentioned all of them, but I didn't know all the shows. All of our shows were on all of them now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because we know that everybody, they were like, we want that damn Ying Meets Yang on the go. Where's it at? Where's that? And I'm like, it's there. And then come to find out, Radio Public dropped the ball, so we had to switch the whole game up. You know what I'm saying?
They like it
Bummer.
now. They're about to love it soon because we got some tweaks and changes coming that I think people might
Ooh.
appreciate. So I'm ready to jump
Okay.
into Sunday. But
Yes.
we can't skip Saturday though.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we are we're changing up the format of Ying Meets Yang of Gaming. We're gonna actually start focusing more on games that we're
Mhm.
playing, games that we're excited about seeing, and we're actually like last week we started the format where we were talking about a little bit of the news. Then we were talking about games we were highlighting. Last week, Storm was highlighting
Plague Tale
Plague
and Star
Tale
Wars
and
Jedi
Star
Fallen
Wars,
Order.
and we were actually showing some of our gameplay from it. I was highlighting Little Hope. So and then we were talking about games that's coming up in like the next month or so that we were excited about and things like that. So we are changing the format because you hear about news everywhere, and a lot of times it's just rehashing of the news. So we want to try to focus more
Right.
on games because we like games and we want to talk about games.
All right. Awesome.
I love it.
And don't forget, y'all, we got a giveaway. I'm gonna have all the details ready for Project Storm for when he does his big show this Saturday. So you can share the link with y'all. It's going to be on the website. I got to get that together. It's just been a crazy week. I've been meaning to get that together. But we're giving away a Stadia Premier bundle. That is the Stadia controller, the Stadia CCU, so you can play Stadia on your TV in 3 months. Is it 3 or 2 months now, Storm? I can't remember. That comes with the bundle.
I think it's.
Well, I see
wanna
Charles is
say
still
3.
in here. I
I
think
want
it's
to
3.
say 3.
Charles, can you confirm if it's 2 or 3? It's either 2 or 3 months free of Stadia Pro that comes with that. You can win that. So you ain't got to worry about, I don't want to invest any money in Stadia because I'm scared. You ain't got to worry about that. Just sync
Hey,
your
yo,
Gmail
did you mention SSC? Is it tomorrow or not?
It's we. When I say we, you just let me know, good brother. We're gonna shoot for tomorrow. We're gonna shoot for tomorrow, but we'll let you guys know in the morning. But yeah, we're gonna try to do SSC tomorrow. All right.
All right, cool.
With that said, hey, thank you everybody for joining us. Again, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. Peace.
Have a great evening, everyone. Bye.